This is Savadestan Ask, and welcome to our question and answer podcast about analyzing the movie Inception, directed by Christopher Nolan. Inception is a science fiction action thriller that takes the audience on the journey through the dream world of the main character, Duncan, played by Leonardo DiCaprio. The movie is full of twists and turns, leaving the audience on the edge of their seats on the land. Today, we will dive into the plot, themes, and characters of Inception and answer some common questions about the movie. This is a question asked by Sarah from UAE. My name is Zeynab, and today I have Ali beside me. Ali, let's start this interesting conversation by asking, what is the basic plot of Inception?
Thank you, Zeynab. Honestly, this is a great question to start this podcast with. So Inception is about a skilled thief, Dom Cobb, who is approached by a wealthy businessman, Saito, played by Ken Watanabe. Saito wants Cobb to perform an inception, which is the act of planting an idea in someone's mind without let them just realize what they are thinking about. It is a kind of unconscious act. Cobb assembles a team of specialists to carry out the task, but the mission proves to be more difficult than expected. Along the way, the team enters into various dream levels, such different complex situations, each more complex than the last. Cobb's personal demons also come into play as he struggles with guilt over his past and the loss of his life.
Interesting. What are some of the major themes explored in Inception?
So there are, I think, two big themes dealing with this movie. Of course, there are some different sub-themes, but two major themes can be discussed. One of the major themes of Inception is the power of the mind and the subconscious. This is a really complex and deep situation. The movie explored the idea that our thoughts and dreams can have a profound impact on our lives and our perception of reality. So psychological, let's say. The concept of Inception itself is a testament to this idea, as the character attempt to manipulate the subconscious of their target to achieve a desired outcome. But another theme is the nature of reality and the question of what is real. Now, in the first theme, we talked about psychology. Now we are dealing with philosophy. This is the great situation that we have in Nolan's movie, mostly. Inception blurred the line between reality and fantasy, as the characters move between different levels of dreams and struggle to distinguish between what is real and what is not, or it is fictitious. This theme is amplified by the use of dream logic, where the rules of real world do not necessarily apply. So what is the next question? It's getting so interesting.
Characters were so important and is always important in Nolan's movies. So, who are some of the key characters in Inception?
Yes, characters. Characters are so important. Some people believe that in Nolan's movie the dialogues are so important, but here is my idea. I think that the characters are playing much more significant role comparing to the dialogue. The main character in Inception is Don Cobb, played by Leonardo DiCaprio. Cobb is a skilled thief who is haunted by the memory of his deceased wife Mel, played by Marion Cotillard. Mel appears in Cobb's dreams, causing him to question his own sanity and the nature of reality. Other key characters, including Arthur, played by Joseph Gordon-Levitt, who is Cobb's right-hand man, an expert in mechanics of dream sharing. Ariadne, played by Ellen Page, is the architect who designed the dream worlds that the team enters. James, played by the incredible Tom Hardy, is a forger who can take on different identities within the dream world. Yusuf, played by Dilip Rao, is the chemist, or let's say alchemist, who creates the sedatives that allow the team to enter into a dream state. So this is a kind of professional team we have in this movie. So what's next in your questions?
Great! A good question raises here. What are some of the most memorable scenes in Inception?
Okay, when you watch Christopher Nolan movie, it's so hard to just check and extract a memorable scene. But based on my idea and the ratings that I just searched and asked different experts, one of the most memorable scenes in Inception is the zero gravity fight scene in the hotel corridor, if you remember. This scene takes place in the second level of the dream and is visually stunning as the characters fight in a world where the laws of gravity do not apply. Just imagine that. Another memorable scene, like many of the Nolan's movies, is the final sequence of the movie, where the characters are in limbo and must escape before it's too late. This scene is tense and emotional. It's so exciting as Cobbs confronts his guilt over mouth deaths and finally finds closure, which is a good relief as the ending of the movie.
More precisely, what is the significance of the ending of Inception?
So considering this ending of the movie, let's say that the ending of Inception has been a topic of debate and discussion among fans in their fandom since the movie's release. In the final scene, Cobb spins his totem, a small object that serves as a way to determine whether he is in a dream or in reality. The totem spins, but the movie ends before it can show whether it falls or continues to spin, leaving the audience to wonder whether Cobb is still in a dream or if he has returned to reality. So this is a kind of open-ending movie, let's say, from Nolan, like most of the masterpieces he just created. The ambiguity of ending is intentional, of course, and serves to leave the audience questioning the nature of reality and the validity of their self-perceptions. It also adds to the theme of power of mind and the subconscious, as we just discussed earlier, as the audience is left to decide whether Cobb's reality is based on his own perceptions or if it is objective rather than being subjective.
Another important question that was asked by our audience is that, how does the soundtrack of Inception contribute to the overall tune of the movie?
Okay, the soundtrack. You know, when we talk about Nolan movie, the first candidate for creating its original soundtrack is Hans Zimmer, a perfect musician. So the soundtrack of Inception is composed by Hans Zimmer and is a critical element that contributes to the movie's overall tone and feeling. The use of this French song, Non Je ne regrette rien by Edith Piaf, slowed down and distorted, is a recurring theme through the movie and serve as a trigger for the characters to return to reality. This is a perfect amalgamation of ideas, sense, and feeling. The soundtrack also features a booming, bass-heavy score that adds to the tension, emotion, and suspense of the movie. It features a distinctive sound that has become synonymous with the movie and has been widely praised for its innovative use of music to create atmosphere and emotion. It is somehow unique. Let's just say that. So, is there any questions left from this one? It is getting so interesting.
Let's get down to our last question. How does Inception compare to other movies directed by Christopher Nolan?
So, first of all, before just answering to this question, let's acknowledge that all the Nolan movies are great historical, let's say, telling masterpieces. But if I want to answer this question, I can say that the Inception is often considered one of the Nolan's best movies, alongside The Dark Knight, a masterpiece, and Memento, another masterpiece. Like these movies, Inception is a complex and ambitious project that challenges the audience to think and engage with the story. It features Nolan's signature style of non-linear storytelling and his ability to seamlessly blend action, suspense, and drama. Something that we can just see in Memento, Dark Knight, or even Tenet. However, Inception is also unique in its use of dream logic and its exploration of themes such as the power of mind in the psychological aspect and the nature of reality in a philosophical aspect. It sounds out as one of Nolan's most innovative and thought-provoking works. I personally, as my last sentence to discuss, is the favorite. It can be my top 10 list of the movies alongside different works like The Dark Knight, Tenet, or Memento. But something that we should acknowledge is that we should see and approach Nolan movie each separately with different attitude and perspectives. So this is somehow my personal idea as my last sentence.
Concludes our question and answer podcast about analyzing the movie Inception directed by Christopher Nolan. We have discussed the plot, themes, characters, and some of the most memorable scenes in the movie. We also explored the significance of the ending and the role of soundtrack in contributing to the overall tone of the movie. Inception is a movie that has captivated audiences since its release, and its legacy continues to inspire and challenge filmmakers and moviegoers alike. Thank you for joining us today, and we hope you enjoyed this discussion.